welcome back to my channel. Today we are going over this very fall, very orange look. I really love it. I don't normally do like a really orange type of eyeshadow look, and the brown lips for the fall. I did use the Colourpop Hocus Pocus eyeshadow palette today. This is the new eyeshadow palette from this year. They do have one last year that they created. This is called Witching Hour Pressed Powder Palette, and it's very pretty. I've done a look already, and I used more of like the purpley tones, so definitely check that out if you want to see that. So out of breath because I'm so pregnant. I really enjoy this palette. I definitely like it better than last year's. So it's kind of, from the videos that I've seen, that opinion is kind of split 50-50. With this palette, it's a little bit more fun, a little bit more vibrant. Like all of these shades are super neutral. There's a brown in there, so you can definitely use this every day too. But I think it's so fun. I love the colors in here. I think it's perfect for fall and winter. Let's get started with our makeup. So I'm gonna do my face makeup first. I always feel like I'm gonna regret this, but this is just the process. I like doing my face makeup first before my eye makeup. So just to get started, I have a tiny bit of mascara on already, just for full transparency. I ran out this morning, ran an errand, so I just wanted to throw a tiny bit on. I have this super fall sweater on. I want to say it's from Amazon, but I think they sell it on like a similar version on ModCloth. It has ghosts, so it's very Halloween-y, but I haven't worn it yet, so I want to get some wear out of it, and it's so warm because today's a little chilly. So, okay, so the first thing I'm going to put on my face is a primer. I really like the e.l.f. primers. I think that they're really affordable and they're just really nice quality. I usually have the green one to reduce redness in the face, but I wanted to try out this one today. It's called e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. This might be like the original one, I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. I love e.l.f. and Colourpop because they're both cruelty-free. So this one is supposed to just reduce the appearance of, you know, larger pores and hopefully just kind of smooth everything out. So let's see if that works, because that would be very nice for my skin today. My skin is about to flare up, as you see, because it just gets very inflamed whenever I touch it. So let's see what it looks like after I put foundation on. I'm using my favorite foundation is the Ilia True Skin Serum foundation. It's a little messy because I was actually re-looking at the last video I did. If you haven't seen it, it's actually the first look I did with the Colourpop palette. I would definitely check it out because I used some really pretty, the purple shades. But I was looking at it back and I was like, this can't be the applicator. Like, this is such a difficult, messy applicator. I feel like there would be more complaints. I realized that I'm pretty sure the actual applicator is stuck in here, just like wedged in. I just got like a defective foundation. So I think the pump might be in here, it's just kind of stuck. So I really like this. I use my hands to apply it, and you just kind of want to use it just like a serum. That's how it says to apply it. So use your fingers and just kind of blend into your skin. So I gave it a moment to sink in, and I just love this foundation. It's so natural and just looks great in person. Obviously that's the goal. Sometimes when I'm doing these videos, I apply more makeup than I would in real life, just so that the camera picks it up more and you can see it better. With this foundation, you can see my skin still, you know, not every imperfection is perfected, if that makes sense. But that's why I go in with concealer after, and that will even my skin tone more. But this is great. I would definitely suggest it for pretty much any skin type. I would say that if your skin is really oily, it may not work for you just because it's more like a serum, but like after you wait that minute, your skin really like sinks it in and just looks great. Okay, so I am using two products for concealer. I'm gonna go under my concealer with this color corrector. This is the only one I own at the moment. I would get a lighter toned coral kind of peachy color corrector, but I'm just gonna apply a little bit of this. It does still, you know, work with the concealer. So this is the Maybelline Master Camo color corrector. So this is probably for someone with a deeper complexion, but this is the only one I have, and it still does work. So like I would say more on this side. That's like the perfect amount that I would usually apply. It doesn't look too dark there. You just want to be careful and just apply a tiny bit because a little goes a long way with this. So for concealer, this is my favorite concealer at the moment as well. I literally don't want to use anything else. This is the Tarte Ultra Creamy Shape Tape. I I'm not a huge fan of the Shape Tape. You know, it's not bad. It's just a little more drying on my skin. So I love this concealer. It's so good. It mixes very well with all the foundations that I've used, especially this one. I just think that the foundation I used today and this concealer just kind of complement each other really well. So I'm going to use this to apply it with my fingers. If you saw my last video, I applied it the same way. I just kind of do a layer over the corrector, blend it in with my fingers, and then that kind of color corrects, and then I go in again to actually help with the correction even more, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go in, and it just kind of, it's a little bit heavier, but it doesn't look cakey as long as you blend it in. And it's the creamy version, so it doesn't completely dry out your under eyes, which I always have had a problem with. Okay, so I'm gonna apply some right there. I'm gonna apply some just over here. I have a couple little blemishes that I just want to cover up. That should be good. I love using my fingers to blend it in. I have a background in art and I just kind of feel like I'm painting a little bit on my face if I use my fingers. It feels a little more natural. I haven't used a sponge. It's nice that I haven't used a sponge lately because I don't have to buy new ones and clean it all the time, so I can just kind of use my fingers. Okay, while that kind of sinks into my face, I am going to use this eyebrow pencil. Nothing different here. I always use the Precisely My Brow pencil. It's great. It would work for like any brow type. They're just so easy to use. Next, I'm going in with the Rare Beauty blush. This is in the shade Bliss. It is the liquid blush. So I'm gonna put a dot right there and a dot right here. And you might even be able to use your finger. I might actually like applying it better with my finger. So we'll see what this is. I haven't tried it with the foundation. I've tried this blush before, really liked it. It's very, I do like it. I think I'm just gonna do the one layer on the cheeks because it's a little light in here on the camera, but it does look very natural. I'm gonna put a little bit on my nose. And let's do a little on the forehead. I wanna use the Bare Minerals, it's a little dirty, bronzer that I have because it's a little more cool toned and would be better suited for a fall look, I think. So I'm gonna blend it in with the blush, make my look a little bit more cool toned. This is in the shade Warmth. I haven't used this in a while. Okay, update, it's not really cool toned, really. I mean, it's not orange. It's a nice natural kind of look on the cheeks, but definitely not cool toned. I'm gonna use the Milk Makeup setting powder now that all my cream products and everything are on. And in the middle of my brows where I put on concealer here. Keep everything else a little bit more skin-like and glowy. Okay, so for the next step, I'm actually going to pop on some fake freckles. I've been doing this so much this year. This is the Colourpop freckle pen. I've had this for like a really long time and it hasn't run out, which is nice. Obviously you're not putting like a ton of product on when you use a freckle pen, but still it's nice to know that I've had it for a while, and I'm still on, you know, the first product. And actually I forgot to do my nose contour, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna use the Bare Minerals bronzer again and just kind of blend it in, melt it in with my finger. Okay, so my lashes are already curled and have like one layer of mascara on, like I mentioned before. So I'm not gonna do that again before the eyeshadow, but I am gonna put on some eyeshadow primer. This is just the Pro Primer by LA Girl that I've had for a while. I'm actually gonna take it up all the way just a little bit. Okay, I'm ready for the palette. So using this palette, like I said, I have done a video previously, so definitely check that out. And I do want to do another look with this palette, so it's a great palette. So just to build up the color, I'm going to go in first with Summon Us, and it is this one right here. It's a really pretty like taupey brown. I'm using an e.l.f. brush. First time using this, so let's see how this works. But I'm going to use this right in the crease line just to build up some color. So this would be a really beautiful natural look See how it's a little bit deeper than my complexion. This would be a really pretty look if you just want to add like a tiny bit of definition. Next, I'm going in with the shade Moon is Round, using that to transition as well. But this is more of a pretty kind of yellow mustard shade. It's more of like an orange, actually. You can see the orange being picked up. So I'm gonna go in next with Life Potion, and this is orange shade. It's kind of an orangey red, and I'm going to apply that a little bit below the last two shades, but still kind of like a high crease, and I'm just gonna put that all over the lid too. So it's going to take a moment to kind of blend everything. I can always build up the product with a couple layers. I just don't want there to be too much fallout because I've done my face makeup already. Okay, because we lost that pretty orange yellow shade called Moon is Round, this one, I'm going to add that back in and just kind of go over top that last shade on the crease. What's really nice about using all of these products together, like with the foundation, concealer, is you can use your finger to blend too, because everything is so, not oily, but it's just really easy to blend because nothing is too dry. So I really like that. Okay, next I'm going to use this really pretty shade called Bubble Bubble. I used the purple one last time and loved how it came out, so I'm hoping that the orange one is going to be very pretty too. I'm going to use that, apply it with my finger, and you can see like just how beautiful that is. It's like a metallic glitter shade and it's so pretty. I'm going to pick some of it up with the brush and just kind of apply it on like the crease as well over the other shade. Not super glittery in your face, but just a nice shade. Okay, so next I'm going to use, to make it look a little bit more like bright and orangey, I'm going to stick some of this yellow color right here and apply it over top the lid. This is in the shade Under the Ground, and it's more of like a gold actually. I'm going to apply it with a brush because I feel like I can kind of control it more. I don't want it to turn into a gold look if I use my finger. So it just kind of adds more dimension, more color, more contrast to the look. And I do want to apply the shade 300 Years, which is this lightest shade, and apply it in the inner corner as well and kind of bring it up a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna apply some lashes and a little bit of eyeliner, and I'll be right back. Okay, popped on some lashes. I put on some eyeliner too that I'm gonna wipe most of it off now, and I do this just to balance my own face. Not everyone should do this or wants to do this, but this just kind of helps balance my face. Since I tend to be longer this way than up here, it just kind of helps balance like my eyes to bring them down more in the center. That is obviously just personal preference. So I'm gonna take Moon is Round, that orange yellow color again, and apply that underneath. And I really like this brush, just the e.l.f. eyeshadow brush, because it's compact and it's narrow, so it really will help you kind of be more precise, just like that. Take a more narrow brush and use this to create kind of like a little bit of a wing. I'm using the shade Green Newt. It's this brown shade, and I did put on a little bit of liner, but it's not that neat. I'm gonna use this brown shade to kind of fade it out. I'm gonna go apply on top of that and just kind of apply a line over that, but it kind of makes the look more clean. I can't close my eye. There we go. And that same brown shade, I'm just gonna apply kind of over my liner at the ends. Now I'm going to apply some mascara on the bottom lashes. Okay, so eye look is coming together. Very fall, very orange, very pretty. I'm going to use the L'Oreal Paris Color Riche Matte Lip Liner next. It's in the shade, it's like Mating Call, but Matting Call. Okay, this is a little bit more warm than what I was wanting for lips, but I'm gonna go in with another Colourpop product. It's one of their Lippie sticks in the shade Sassy. So let's see what this looks like. Very pretty. Okay, not so much loving this lip liner from L'Oreal because it keeps breaking, but the color is nice. It's a little bit lighter than the lip pencil, so I'm gonna go over my entire lips with this actually and see what it looks like. Okay, this is very brown. I do like it. I think it needs a little bit of something over top, so I'm taking the Nars lipstick in the Laguna. This is the Laguna range, I think. Yeah, it's just the Laguna lipstick, and it's just like a nice shine. Yeah, it just kind of helps make your lips more, definitely more comfortable. I'm gonna put on a tiny bit more bronzer. And that should be good. This is the finished look. I really love it. I think that it matches my sweater really well, first off. I really like it. I think it's very pretty. It complements blue eyes. You could obviously wear like more of a nude color lipstick, which I think would be really pretty too. I just wanted to do something a little bit more different, a little bit more fall. So I chose more of a brown tone. Just kind of a quick review of this palette. I think this palette in particular, I just think that it's very easily blendable. The colors really do pop if you like, especially if you apply a couple layers. It just blends so well. It's so easy, especially for like a beginner to use. Like the pigment is there. If you work slowly enough, there's not really a lot of fallout, which is what I did, but really like how it came out. These lashes, by the way, are from Colourpop. I did get them for free when I bought this palette, so that was always nice. It was just like a complimentary lash, and I am obsessed with these. I did cut them a little bit to fit my eye shape more, but they are the just Colourpop lashes in the style Dame, and I really like them. So thank you guys again for watching. Please let me know if you're watching this and you have like a ride or die palette or brand that you always stick to because you know that their eyeshadow palettes are always going to be great. For me, again, that's Colourpop. But let me know if you have another brand that you do stick to and you love. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great day and stay tuned for the next video. Bye.